Wow. We got started without any hiccups.
I know. What's up with that?
Oh crap, I just made one by talking about it. So all right. So hey, this is Dean Baker. Welcome to another edition of Modern Day Thrive. We are pleased to be here yet another week. What are we in, week 30 something? I don't know.
We got to be getting close to week 30.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm Dean Baker. The guy to my left is George Weber.
Good evening, all.
And we are fortunate enough to have Trevor back in the control room.
I don't get blamed tonight.
So it's all on Trevor. Trevor's the guy. So if I leave the room in a hurry with some hammer in my hand, one thing I forgot to do is plug in the phone. Then you might hear a scuffle and somebody screaming, "No, no, don't!" and then police will be called. So no, everything is great. We are doing great. We're having a wonderful. I don't know. What'd you think of that countdown clock in the very beginning of the webcast?
I like it. I think it's.
I got that from a friend of mine. This guy Mike. We do a lot of webcasts at events, and he had it, and he says, just give me a copy of that. So, it works out real good, and you can customize it and all that. So,
as long as you're on time, it's good.
Well, it also gave me 5 minutes to do a bunch of shares, which we did, and do a bunch of shares. So, whilst people are watching, hopefully they will be watching, tuning in. Please like, follow, and share this webcast. Modern Day Thrive is about business. It's about side hustle. It's about converting your side hustle to a business. It's about working smarter, not harder. It's about living maybe thrifty. Is that a good word?
Yeah, sure.
Living thrifty. It's about stop with a 9, punching that time clock and
That's my goal.
Getting out on your own and absolutely increasing revenue streams.
I still am hard set on 55. I want to be retired by the time I'm 55.
Crap, I'm there now.
Well, I still have 3 years.
I don't want to retire. I like doing this. I just want to do.
I call it retirement.
I want to do things on my own pace.
I don't want to work for somebody. Let's put it that way.
Right. So I'm I'm going to put the phone number up, and if anybody would like to call in, it's 407-924-3946. We didn't test the phone, but
we didn't.
Yeah, what the hell? It's probably going to work anyway. So, so feel free to call us. And talk about whatever's on your mind. Talk about your business. Maybe you're thinking about putting a business together. Maybe you're got in the middle of a hiccup with your business. This pandemic has destroyed a lot of businesses.
Yes.
It's destroyed a lot of jobs for people. Yeah. It's definitely
a lot of mortgages.
It's definitely moved the workforce out of the office and into their homes. But I know a lot of people have probably taken a hit financially
Oh, sure.
over this, and
Some may have benefited though. You figure you're working from home, you're not spending gas. You probably, you can eat at home.
there are people that's
So
I listen to talk radio once in a while on Orlando. It's Real Radio 104.1. I listen to them, and they're going, a lot of them are still broadcasting from their homes.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
they're not. I'm like, well, okay, that's, if you can do it, great. Obviously, they can do it because,
They have a bigger budget for
well,
technology.
I mean, look at the networks. All the news networks and stuff like that. When they're having people work from their home, they were going live with their cell phone.
Yeah.
You could hear a big echo chamber in somebody's. I still saw this yesterday. I watched a news report, and there was a woman. She was clearly in a room in her house. It was echoing like crazy. I mean, like, really, you can't. There's
Buy a
there's just
microphone.
there's we do. I did that this past year, and just let's get some decent microphones. Let's, if I'm gonna be here,
Yeah.
which we've been here,
Mhm.
let's at least, it's not that expensive.
Yeah.
Most of this stuff is built by Amazon. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Right.
And very cost effective, and not didn't break my bank. So, that was it was a wonderful thing. So why am I watching network news and somebody's doing a news report with their cell phone? Why am I hearing this really crappy sound? Why can't, why can't we figure this thing out?
Sure.
Remember, like, the late shows with Jimmy Fallon and stuff like that, when
Mhm.
they're all doing their show from their home, and it was sounding horrible.
Mhm.
It was sounding horrible, and I'm like, and that was a network show.
Yeah.
Anybody could have just said, well, you know what? I'll tell you what, we're going to go buy a good camera on Amazon. We're going to buy you a laptop,
Mhm.
and I'll have somebody in a hazmat suit come to your home and set it all up. And all you got to do is just hit a button and go.
Yeah.
It wasn't that hard, but for some reason, the world said, this is now acceptable. I didn't think it was acceptable.
Yeah.
And our webcasts, right from almost the beginning of the pandemic, has looked good. So what did we do? Well, we put up some plexiglass. We we use, we don't have a big budget, but so why did we look so much better than network television?
Who have a big budget.
They coined the term broadcast quality.
Yeah.
When independent guys like myself go to a network and say, "Oh, we'd love to pitch a show to you,"
Yeah.
and then they go, well, if they have ever in their wildest dreams took a look at something that an independent person did, they'll go, well, this is not broadcast quality. And I
Yeah.
use these bunny ears because so much for broadcast quality, because this last year,
That's what you do.
that
Not what I do.
term went right over the edge of the cliff and never came, barely came back.
Yeah.
And of course now, I think Jimmy Fallon's back in the studio in New York or wherever he
Mhm.
does it from, and now they're back to broadcast quality.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of, but I still, to this day, so many months, a year into this pandemic, to this very day, you're still seeing people doing like network news reports with their cell phone.
Wow.
It is, I'm floored over this thing. There's not much, we can do it on a budget and look pretty darn good at what
Yeah.
we do, except for, the fact that, we're just a couple of guys.
Yeah.
We're not seasoned,
No, I'm not.
so I'm kind of like, it doesn't take that much to put together something decent. This is what I did. This is what I did this past year, building 2 podcasting studios.
Yeah.
And even still, the stuff I can do from home looks a hell of a lot different than better, because I bring a real camera home. I bring a decent
Nice
audio
tripod.
microphone connection. You do it right and you do it well, and then maybe what they want you to suffer so that they know, oh, this person's working from home, so it's going to sound like crap.
Yeah.
Okay,
There's an
that might be
excuse.
acceptable circumstances. I don't think so. I don't think so. Not with the budget that they're given.
Yeah.
Not with the millions of dollars they spend having their show, on network television. That's quite not acceptable.
Yeah.
So what? Go ahead, hire me. I'll come out there and I'll go into Jimmy Fallon's home and I'll wire up his, his laptop with a decent microphone, and then of course, we can be okay because we'll see him clearly,
Mhm.
we'll hear him clearly. We're not going to be looking up his nose like everybody's like, I can't show it to you now because we don't
Yeah.
do that. But cameras down on a laptop, looking right up your nose, and I still see that every day when I see somebody getting on Zoom or this, that, and the other. They don't get it, or the camera. Their head is way down below,
Yeah.
and there's all this dead space above
the
them.
ceiling.
People can't seem to manage to figure out, and even the other person, the technical guys that are switching and on the other end going, maybe we should have told him to tilt his laptop down just a
Yeah.
little bit and maybe it'll look better.
Yeah.
99% better. Or maybe he needs to kind of talk to a microphone instead of having the microphone over here and he's talking this way. Hey, let's put the microphone right up to the guy's face. And why people have such trouble with this.
Now you can hear me.
I will never. Yes, and you were the worst offender in this last year. So many times. We're gonna have to do a highlight reel.
I'm a novice.
We're gonna. Oh, that's it. We're gonna do a highlight reel night for next week.
We should
of all of George's
blunders.
Blunders. The time where the camera is shooting up his pant leg. Yeah, you had it
that
like on the floor. You had your camera on the floor.
Oh, at home.
And you had shorts on, and I'm like, dude, don't. Careful in that department because it's not looking good. You had the camera on the floor and your laptop, and it was like, what am I about to see here? This is not good. So
that's when I was working from home and the phone rang, and then all of a sudden it's like the camera's done.
I am so we don't have a budget yet. We have acceptable and unacceptable levels of what broadcast. Now, did we go through our own?
Oh yes,
call it the George trials, because you were working from the house.
Yeah,
and I'm like, we didn't, back then
I didn't have my laptop
budget.
at first.
You didn't have your laptop. Yeah. You're doing it through your phone, and we're like, I remember when Gene was on the show, we were like scratching our heads, going, "What is going on with George?" and I'm going, okay, that's fine. We'll grow. It's a growing pain. We'll grow through this, and here we are. So. What I can actually show. I could show this.
Remember my schedule was so crazy back then.
If I started the camera, this is what you were seeing from people, and then I will add to the stream. Let's just go full screen ahead. Nope, sorry, I need to go to this guy full stream. So this is what you would see, people. You would see people. With their laptop, I guess they can read their laptop better, and they would see, this and how horrible this looks. And of course, take a microphone away, and then you have people yelling over an echo and going, and I'm like, and everybody in the world is going, tilt your thing down. So that was, I'm just gonna stop that camera and go back to our nice studio cameras. So so anyway, that was fun. So every day I still see it. After a year, people still can't figure out how to tilt their laptop down or get an external camera or get an external microphone and figure things out. And that's in at all levels.
Yeah.
All the way to the top, the people that are supposed to know this stuff and yet they don't. So that's kind of it. So if you're out there and you're creating these really horrible webcasts and you're using cameras looking up people's noses and chopping their faces off, you can always call us, and you can call us on that number on the screen too. And of course, you can hire us, and we'll be happy to go fix your problems or help you create new ones. No, this is kind of what we do. It's fun. I enjoy it. I get a rush out of going live. I've had other people say to me, should we pre-record our webcast? And I'm going, well, are you making a lot of money doing it? Why don't you do this? Do you have a big audience? No, you don't have a big audience. You're not really making any money. So tell you what, this is a great training ground.
Yeah, just do it live.
Spend the next 5 shows going live. Here's what it'll do. It'll save you a lot of time. Work on preparing for the show
Yeah.
and not trying to fix the nonsense you recorded previously recorded in a show. I'm not saying we've never recorded a segment and run the segment. We've done that. In the last year, we've done half dozen.
Yeah, usually it was because we knew someone wasn't going to be there.
Yeah, so we would run a segment, and I think that it's something we do, and we enjoy doing it. So
yeah, if we got something off site that you're doing on the weekend that you want to show on the show, of course we'll record something.
Right. So
try to do it live.
Right. I will I'm gonna shift gears a little bit and let's talk about our latest kind of thing here. Last week I started out doing Bonfire, and Bonfire is a product. You create some products. Bonfire does the printing, the drop shipping. They create your store. They do all that stuff. And for a while, Bonfire looked pretty good. But a couple things I didn't like about Bonfire for doing, we posted T-shirts and mugs, and I can probably show and I still have it there. So this is what the Bonfire mug looked like, and we're going to keep doing this through Bonfire. There's no reason to stop. And of course, you can access this through moderndaythrive.com, and there'll be links forwarding you to this. And the mugs are kind of cool. So our thing is on the tips. Make sure the juice is worth the squeeze. That's a favorite of mine. I say it a lot, and I'm so sorry for those who know that I say it a lot. So, but we're going to be doing multiple other things, and then and then of course we got there it is. We got a T-shirt. That's a favorite saying from Jade, who's out and about still in the world, trying to create her, keep her side hustles going. So if it's free, it's for me. That's a favorite quote of hers. So that was something. So I wasn't thrilled with Bonfire. One thing I didn't like about them is like you had to set a date. You had to date your material, your merchandise. So it only ran for a period of time. Only ran for like 2 weeks and then done. So I want my stuff out there. I want it out there, and so what I did was I dusted off my Etsy account from a couple years ago. So I had an Etsy account. I would put up images of photos that I took that I would sell the image so that people could download it for like $1 or something like that. Switch back to my camera. All right. Thank you. You didn't hear it, but Trevor's talking in my ear. Thanks, Trevor. So anyway, back on Etsy, I am going to, where's my Etsy? There it is. So let me go ahead and do a screen share for Etsy here. I'm getting there. Funny thing is, I still have to do a lot of this. Chrome tab, and there it is. That's what I want. So we're going to share this. Go back to StreamYard. So I dusted off my Etsy account, and I decided, well, let's look around some more. So I found another website called Printful, Printful. I do have a page. I'm not going to share that just yet. Printful has a lot more products. They do have mugs and T-shirts and hats and stuff like that.
Common stuff.
And then what I really liked about Printful is that, of course, the initial account was free. Okay,
it's always good.
They do take a percentage. They cover their costs, but you place the orders and they print it, box it, ship it, and take their cut right off the top.
Mm-hmm.
And usually it's like 40, 40 to 50% or more.
Mm-hmm.
But I can also set my profit range.
Yeah.
And I believe this mug cost me probably maybe $6. I think it cost me for the mug to have them print it and ship it.
Mm-hmm.
Plus shipping, of course, they do charge extras. It's not Amazon; they do charge for shipping. Especially with a mug, they had to. I don't know if you remember seeing the packaging when I brought.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so this is instead of calling it a modern day Thrive mug, I wanted this to be just inspirational.
Yeah.
So the word thrive has a great meaning for us
Means a
because
lot.
this is what we've had to do over the last few years, getting over things, getting over, bumps in the road. And thriving is, if you're not thriving,
Yeah.
you're not,
Yeah.
you're
You're the opposite.
you're just not, so so I kind of did this design. Looks a little different on the backside, but I
How about
did
we
this
switch to camera
design.
6?
Yeah, go ahead and punch up camera 6, and I will jump over. Maybe I will jump over. Boom. So there's the mug, and you can go ahead and turn it around.
I'll be Vanna White for a minute.
Yeah, go ahead. So I made that leaf an actual eye, and the back side is the eye closed, and the front side is the eye open. And
I think it's kind of cool.
and yeah, so we kind of
Yes.
we decided to. It came out nice, and I ordered some and brought them here, and now they are available on on my Etsy account. And I'm gonna go back to the Etsy page and hang on a second. So let's see. PostFX Digital is the actual Etsy, so you can go there, do a search for PostFX Digital. Um, the mug comes up, and there's another ad. Before I did this, I actually tried to renew one of my old ads, which was they kept it. It was in hibernating for like 3 years, and then
Wow.
I, popped up another ad, and so yeah, I think I only marked this up. I'm only making like $3 off of this. So, but I'm not here to just I'd rather keep the cost down so people aren't investing too much in a mug.
Sure.
So
They're big mugs though. They're nice.
no, these mugs are really great.
Yeah,
They're a full size.
That's at least
That's probably a grande.
it's at least that much higher than a normal mug.
Believe it or not, let's see, select an option. So that's a 15-ounce mug right there. And of course, 11-ounce mug is smaller. And yeah, so it's really neat. I'm very pleased with it. And you're going to see more of this coming from us in the near future. So, so anyway, back to us here in the studio. I do like the mug, and now I'm in the process of creating more. And of course, with Etsy, I think I paid 20 cents to list. It's a flat fee, which means they get paid up front to post an ad. The ad runs for like 4 months.
Oh wow,
that's
a good price.
It cost me like a quarter or 20 cents. It's really minimal.
Yeah.
So I can put up 10, 20, 30 different things, and I've got less than $10 that I'm paying Etsy to do this for me. And of course, with Etsy, they've really ramped up their marketing, so you can cross promote. You can do the whole social media share through all social media.
Is that extra or is that part of it?
No, it's all part of the process. Let me see if I can kind of pull the no, let's see, hold that thought. Anyway, but no, Etsy is actually pretty great. All right, we're gonna show something, so I'm gonna go back to the full screen layout in here. So with Etsy, I can I go back one stage? Boom. Let's go back one stage. Boom. Enter. Okay. Well, I jumped too far back, but anyways, Etsy it looks about the same as it's always looked, and of course, anywhere from gifts, jewelry, clothing, home living, wedding, toys, entertainment, art, collectibles. That's kind of the area that I was kind of playing around in,
Hmm.
and of course, home living stuff like that, which I believe are kitchen and dining, the mug thing. There's a lot of mugs out here.
Oh,
Um, I'm just gonna back out, go into my account, and boom, go right here. So this is my page under Post FX Digital, and of course I put an ad up there. You can't see it. Oh, what happened? The share screen. Okay, thank you for telling me. So let's go ahead and reshare.
I don't know what
Boom.
happened there.
Can you see it now?
I can see it.
Okay, thank you. All right, so am I moving it? Are you seeing this? Wrong one. Probably wrong one. Probably this one.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, so as I kind of go through here, yes, this is part of the fine art. I have a picture here that someone can actually pay me $4 to download it and use it and print it out and do whatever they want to do with it. And so I used to have a whole mess of pictures in here, but now we're gonna have mugs, and I'm not just gonna put a bunch of crap up here, but but our goal is to inspire.
Yeah.
Inspire, thrive is definitely a thing. You're not going to find our advertising all over it. We might have something for modern day thrive, but the goal is to just give you something that you actually would want to use, and not
Yeah.
just I'm not here to turn you into a walking billboard,
Mhm.
where you're going to have modern day thrive everywhere you are going here. So yeah, the mug thing is definitely, I'll just click on that. Here's the thing. You can select an option, 11 or 15 ounces, 2 to 7 days. And believe it or not, they nailed it.
Yeah.
They printed it, packaged it, shipped it. It was on my door in less than a week.
Wow.
Less than a week. It was
That's
probably
pretty good.
5 days. And all of a sudden, what's this box on my doorstep?
You
And I was like,
remember?
I didn't think, I wasn't even thinking, well, um, so this is it. And of course, as you wrap down, you see other things, and we're chuckling because we're both reading this one on the bottom left here, and we don't condone this kind of humor in our show, but it's kind of hard.
It's kind of funny.
You can't see it. Wait a second. Oh, geez. All right. So probably a good thing. So let me do a stop screen. I'm going to have to try it again because, it is kind of funny. Why is the computer crashing on us? So screen share, Chrome tab. I think it's the first one. Printed on Etsy. You see it now, I'm guessing, right?
I can see it. Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, if you happen to be seeing this, if the screen doesn't share, there's some funny ones in here and slightly dirty ones in here. But there's definitely a lot of interesting things here, and of course
A lot of
the
people
whole
bored on the
mug
pandemic.
business. People like this stuff. I
Yeah.
drink coffee, and I would more so rather have a world's coolest nurse mug than
Yeah.
brand somebody's business.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're having fun with it, and this is a great way to build a little side hustle into
Sure.
your business. It's if I can only sell about 100 mugs per webcast, if I can only do that. So people people of the world that are watching this, and I'm just going to pop this off right now. So people of the world watching this, um, know that these mugs will help the world. They will inspire. They will, make you think about thriving every morning, cup of coffee kind of thing.
For sure.
It will help you. So please buy 300 of these mugs every time we remind you we're on the air. Buy them because it can absolutely save your business, save mine.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so, oh man,
It's funny because
enough about the
I
mugs
was watching.
already.
I was just browsing through some stuff before the show, and I happened to watch, I think it was a TikTok video,
Okay.
and there was a guy on there that looked like it was a side street thing where he was kind of sitting in a busy area where people walking by, and he had this contraption he built that was some kind of drum machine. And basically,
Okay.
the message was, a side hustle could be anything. Stop making excuses.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of interesting, as kind of following along the lines of what we do, because I mean, really, it could almost be anything.
Right. There's a guy.
Anything.
There's a on my drive to work here. It's only 6 miles from my house to my work. Halfway through, I drive by right in the median. There's a guy playing a guitar.
Yeah, yeah,
Cowboy, kind of not much different than a homeless person, except a homeless person with a guitar.
yeah.
And he's just sitting there. And every time traffic builds up at the light, he's playing his music. And of course,
Probably bringing in cash.
probably getting a handout. So, it's really, why not? It's how different is that than the guy who hangs out in shopping areas with a guitar and a bucket for tips?
Sure.
If you've ever been to New York City, street performers is a thing.
Oh yeah,
the,
probably much bigger.
Key West. If you ever spent any time down Key West in the main, there's a big shopping kind of area
Right in the middle.
And there's a guy walking around with a parrot. You can go and he'll say your name, and of course he wants to get paid.
Yeah.
So whether he's homeless or not,
That's a
he's
true
out
side
there,
gig.
yeah. And I grew up, Quincy Market in Boston, going there, and of course the jugglers, the professional jugglers that would have skits, and that's what they do. They're allowed to do little performances, and of course 20-30 people gather around, and of course
money starts flinging,
a couple dollars here and 30, 40, 50 bucks for one performance.
Sure.
And they might do a dozen, 20 of those a day.
Sure.
And they might make some decent money.
Sure.
So, and of course it's, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? So a guitar,
you got the talent, why not?
A guy with a guitar on the side of the road versus somebody juggling versus a singer.
Yeah.
I mean, YouTube is full of videos from performers, street performers.
Sure.
And
pretty good ones at that.
And, and you see some great things. So why not? Why not? I applaud their efforts. At least they're not trying to just, panhandle and ask for something, and it doesn't quite suit where we want, what we want.
Yeah, I stray away from the panhandlers, but if it's someone that's doing something with some genuine value, then sure. I mean, it's no different than any other business. You're just not may not be a legal entity, but
absolutely.
they're
So
doing what they got to do to pay the bills.
And there's a lot, and I've said this before, whether you go to a farmer's market and sell soap that you can make pretty easily and pretty cheap.
Sure.
Or you get a hot dog cart and start selling hot dogs at these events. Just sell good ones.
Yeah, right.
Last hot dog I went at a vendor at a farmer's market, the guy was, I don't know, he was selling
you could tell they were cheap hot dogs.
I'll call them dirt dogs, because they were just, I think I'd rather it dropped in the dirt first before I ate it. I'm like, why are you? Is it just because you think it needs to not taste good?
Yeah, right.
So it might never need to taste good.
That's just called bad business.
It's just bad.
I mean, if someone came back there again and again, they're probably not going to come back.
The whole dirt dog business, I got to tell you, is really it's not sexy. If you're going to sell hot dogs, sell the best damn hot dog on the planet. And I know one is the Boar's Head hot dogs.
Yeah, sure.
Those hot dogs, but they cost more.
They got the name.
They cost more, but man, you should be able to, you should be able to sell more of those. And I'd much rather look at a Boar's Head hot dog or something like that than someone trying to sell me a dirt dog for $5.
Yeah.
That just does.
And people pay more for that too.
I think so. I think so.
Well, I mean, it costs you more, so they, obviously would have to pay more for it, but they would also enjoy it more.
Absolutely.
So come back for more.
So, I'm still actually sharing, so I kind of got off it, and now I got to get back on and do a little more sharing. So, anyways, Yeah, I transitioned into hot dogs because that's something I want to do. I think, so if anybody wants to kind of help me run a hot dog business,
One day there's gonna be a hot
I don't
dog
have
stand.
enough
I'm gonna
time in
come
the
in
day,
one day and I'm not gonna see his vehicle, but I'm gonna see a hot dog stand there.
and I'm going to be out front and go, so
This is still hot.
no, but this is a great way to start talking about the well.
Oh
I
yeah,
know, yeah. I've kind of done it.
he's
And
committing.
I'm
Be
committing. I'm
careful.
doing it. This is the big thing here. Let me just get this one last share before I jump out of my sharing. So, okay. So we've told you that we've got mugs for sale. Great. Go to Post Effects Digital on Etsy, and you can absolutely, it's great. You're not going to get suckered into,
Yeah,
branding some other business.
no upsells.
You could actually re-gift it. You could give that to somebody who you want to inspire. Wonderful. So part of my inspiration here is to do more here at the studio,
Yeah.
and outside the studio, to do more of these webcasts. And I've kind of decided today that I was going to
Dun, 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 dun.
dun, dun,
Drum roll, please.
dun. Yeah. Okay.
I don't have one
We're
of those.
we're actually gonna have a live webcast / open house, 5 to 9 p.m. Thursday, April 29th, which is like 3 weeks away. Um, it's gonna all the businesses are trying to get everyone to participate. I've talked to a couple, so we're gonna have other businesses out front, and in the coming weeks, as we will be promoting more, we're going to try and get people to know, look, you're just not coming out to see a production studio, how awesome that is already. But there are other businesses here that people are going to want to know about, and we're going to do our best to tell them. So starting 5 o'clock, we're going to have a little sidewalk open house.
I think we should set the jail up outside.
Yeah, right. No, that's a whole different thing. So, but it's an open house, so you'll be able to come in and you'll be able to check out our studios, all the podcasting rooms. We're going to be live podcasting, probably out front,
I
as
would
long
say
as
out
the
front.
weather holds out. And
That would really
we're
suck.
going to have food here and door prizes, and other businesses will be here, just kind of offering. Still working with them on offering some sort of discount, anything they do. We're really trying to kind of reach out, and especially with the thrive part. I want everyone to thrive here, and I think we're gonna all get together and utilize the concept and say, look, we have to really inspire each other, and find inspiration. So this is kind of what we're doing. And so if we can get enough people to show up, great. If not, we're gonna find another location and do it there. So, but I want people to come out. If there are people that I'm already networking in the film industry, they might want to come out to see the new sets we're building.
Mhm.
I've got a couple new sets that we'll talk more about that as
They progress.
yeah. So we've got some new sets for the filmmakers out there that want to shoot their independent film. I've got a set now that's a jail cell that you just mentioned. I've got another set that's like a sheriff's office. We're in the middle of building a set that's like a hospital bedroom. And then the next on the list is the small town bar. So we're actually going to
In progress.
Yep, we're building the bar.
Gotta
So
have it
that
ready by
means,
then.
yes, complete with all the bottles on the back bar and
All the
everything
fake
like that.
liquor you can
The
find.
fake colored water in the liquor bottles, and I've been saving them for a while now.
Yeah.
So not that I drank all that, but
Well, yeah.
we are looking
You
for
could say
more
that.
too. So if anyone's got any Jack Daniel's bottles, I kind of, it's not a drink that I go for crazy, but
I may have one at home.
yeah, so we're also looking for some
Still got stuff in it,
some
though.
props. Anyway, so but yeah, you'll get to see that because when we do this open house, you'll be able to walk through. Um and of course, the other businesses will be here to participate. You'll be able to walk through, see what they do, see the business that they are promoting, and hopefully have some discounts. We will have door prizes. So I'm going to be giving away some things, and I want people to show up.
Sure.
You got to show up to participate, and this won't be the only time. We're going to keep doing it. Maybe once a month,
I think it's time for
or
people to get out
maybe
again.
different locations. So yes, get out, get your vaccination, whatever. We're still going to wear masks. We're going to practice social distancing. We are going to I don't know. People stay home if you're feeling sick, but we're going to do everything we have to do for people to feel safe and secure.
Sure.
And if that means an awkward, uncomfortable mask wearing thing, I'm sorry for that, but that's what we'll be doing.
Yeah.
Except from while we're going to go live whilst this is happening. So there'll be an opportunity if you just want to come and talk and sit with us and go, tell us about your business. And
Sure.
So this is going to be
live.
This is just going to be a spectacle. So you definitely want to swing by, come down, have some food. We're going to have food here, and enjoy. If anything, walk through the studio. The people that come down and walk through the studio, for me, will get a discount on rates on studio rentals. So if you're out there, if my filmmakers are out there and they're hearing this, the only way you're going to get a discount on studio rentals is if you come in here.
Come on by.
Come in here and do a walkthrough, sign up, be part of the Modern Day Thrivers, and which means follow, and share. And then you'll get your discounts, and it'll be worth your while. I promise that. So anyway, that's kind of
good social events.
That's kind of it. We're still in the planning and the processing, but I've picked a date. That means either I look foolish. I don't want to look foolish. So we picked the date. We're going to go ahead and do this, and that is how that's going to work. So I appreciate those that are they're going to come out and take a look. We're going to see if we can get Joe. We're going to see if Joe should be back in town.
Hopefully he'll be back by then. He'll come by.
We're going to have to get him.
He'll come by
on site, because we got to get his show back on there. Anyway, so that's the big news. That's the big premiere, the big grand opening.
We've been talking about that for weeks, so I'm glad we picked the date.
I will show it one more time. Modern Day Thrive, live on Facebook, Thursdays at 7 p.m. Of course, we're going to go live somewhere between 5 and 9. We're going to have food. It's going to be an open house. If the weather holds, we'll be outside webcasting. We'll be sweating, I'm sure.
We're gonna do a 4-hour webcast.
I don't care. I don't know. We might. It might just be the first hour is just a live camera feed, so people can kind of look before they come down and go, oh, look, there's people showing up. And great. Door prizes, food, live webcasts. Come down here prepared to network.
Sure.
I mean this seriously. Come down. See the other businesses that are participating here. Grab a business card. If anything, it might give you some ideas for where you'll spend your money in the future. Not just with me, with the other businesses as well.
Maybe we can get a more definitive list as it comes closer.
Oh yeah, we're gonna I'm gonna a few weeks to do all this stuff. So we're on the hook. So, and of course, so that's kind of where I'm at. What time is it? 7:45. Wow.
Yeah, we got a few minutes left.
We could talk some, about the Bitcoin world, the crypto world. It's been a crazy week. But
actually, it has. It's kind of there was a
little bit of a roller coaster.
Yeah, let me look real quick because I haven't. I've been busy, so I really haven't. I've been checking it here and there, and
right.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's horrible. I mean, my profile in general, and mine's kind of across the board. It's got quite a bit of green, a little bit of red.
Yeah. Does it say the market's up or down?
Bitcoin's back up to 58. So I mean, it's
No, it did jump up, so I'm probably up too. I can't look personally right now. I'm not on that laptop, but
I mean, it went down to 56. So it did have a drop.
it bounced back. It's
It
it's
bounced
really
back,
been so it really hasn't done anything, has it? I don't think it's breached 60.
No, like
I
59,785 a week ago.
it
But
hasn't
yeah,
breached 60. It's been hovering under 60 for about a month.
yeah, it hit 61
Yeah.
and that's the 1 month range. So
Yeah.
close to 1 month ago,
But
it did go to 61,
yeah, but
but for
it's
not long.
for all those people out there going, oh, it's going to go up, it's going to keep going up, it's going. Granted, it could, but it really kind of started. It seemed to have flatlined at 60 now. I'm sure there's a lot of happy people
Yeah.
out there that it's landing close to 60, but
Yeah.
it doesn't act like it wants to go into the 60s anymore.
It just depends. There's the ups and downs, and then there's the waiting, and then there's the excitement, and then so we'll see.
I
We'll
think
see.
my goal this next week is to probably, I'm thinking looking at Kraken as a new, because I want to buy Doge, and I know
Okay.
you can get to Doge
Yeah.
through Kraken, but there's some other ones. There's a BitTorrent. Have you heard of that one?
BitTorrent?
Yeah, BitTorrent. There's actually a coin called BitTorrent.
I have not actually.
Yeah, that's kind of almost like where Doge was.
Yeah.
It's like less under a penny, a fraction of a penny kind of thing.
I
And
still need to find that Bittrex and see what they have, because I remember I was telling you about the other one the other day. It's called Mo, MOE.
yeah,
And what it is it's kind of like a game app.
yeah,
It's for gaming,
right.
but it's less than Doge was when I bought it.
I did a global search of all the coins
Mhm.
on Coinbase, and I hit probably 700 different coins.
Oh wow.
There's literally I just kind of, there's a setting, and not just the ones that, it's not Coinbase just recognizes them, but they don't.
Yeah,
You can't trade through Coinbase.
Yeah.
I think there's probably only 50 you can trade through Coinbase, but I started clicking on it, and it just kept. I'm scrolling down, and it kept adding, and I was up to like almost 700 coins.
Wow.
Different coins, and I'm like, oh my god, there's so
Now
many
they're
of them
picking
out
more
there.
and more and more up though. Like I keep seeing
Sure.
weekly they'll
Sure.
pick them up. So down the road they'll probably pick more up. It just depends.
I guess the ones that are interesting to me are like the Doge coins,
Yeah.
the ones that are so cheap. You can
Mhm.
get in cheap. You can buy 100 coins for $6.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? Why not? Because if it, just park it and sit on it. I've said this before. This is not a stock tip. This is like you're what we have known, that we all know. We've been hearing about Bitcoin for 12, 13, 14 years.
Mhm.
And of course, back then, wouldn't it have been great?
Yeah, right.
And then there were those
Just
that
one
were
back
great, but
then.
we all know, and here we are. Now there's this frenzy about crypto,
Yeah.
and I'm going, well, you know what? If there's some coins out there that are cheap enough, just buy them.
Mhm.
Don't eat a meal that night. Don't
Buy
go
and
out to dinner
hold.
that night. Just kind of, don't feed the kids that night. I don't know, but
Mac and cheese again.
yeah, but what, $5, $10,
Sure.
buy some really. I'm not saying go buy Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is so out of
Mhm.
the park right now.
Yeah.
That it's unless you're just a multi-millionaire that's just screwing around,
Yeah, right.
and you go, yeah, screw it, I'll buy some Bitcoin, and or I'm going to convert
Let me
all
see
my
what
assets,
60,000
or maybe
does.
I'm just going to convert all my assets to Bitcoin, and put it there, because maybe you're worried about your bank, or
Yeah,
your stock portfolio and whatnot. So I don't know. Why not spend $5? And here I'm being purely selfish here, because if I see all of a sudden thousands and thousands of people daily are joining up and buying,
Yeah.
it's probably going to make it more lucrative for those in it
Who are in it? Yeah. Sure.
that are already in it, because all of
Sure.
a sudden the coins are going to be more valuable. So yes, I want people to enjoy, because get in cheap. This
Yeah.
is a great time to get in cheap. You're not going to buy Bitcoin cheap, but there's a lot of other coins out there that are less than a fraction of a penny.
And I think the best ones to sit on, if you're going to sit on them, are ones that earn some kind of interest, which there's a lot of them now, and they're adding more daily. Coinbase has about 6 of them that are Doing pretty good.
Tezos,
Tezos,
is
Algorand,
and Die.
Die.
Those three that I've
Um,
been.
There's a couple more
party to.
off the top of my head. I forget what they are, but you know, they earn anywhere from 6 to 5%, some down to
I
2%.
think Die does 2%.
Die is pretty low, but it's a stable coin,
Yeah.
so it's, you know, it does its thing.
What's the, you know, if you do an investment of coin,
Mhm.
and of course it's still, as the profits are taxable,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so you're earning 5%, you know, on like an Algorand or Tezos or something like that. I don't know if those are the right ones, but
Yeah, I
and
think
of
so.
course when you profit off of that, you're going to get taxed.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess better to have that extra percentage, you know, bleeding into your account.
You either want your money
And
to
then
grow or
when
you
you're,
don't.
yeah. So I think, you know, that might be a smart way, a safer way.
Yeah.
And of course, you don't find something that's brand new here today, gone tomorrow, kind of thing.
Mhm.
But
Sure.
so I kind of think that it's an almost no risk thing. Now the risk is all of a sudden you go, yeah, now I'm gonna take my entire life savings and dump it on a coin. And I'm like, hey, you know,
Yeah.
you know, uh,
Not wise advice.
I've only been into it for a few months,
Mhm.
and I'm liking the jump that I've experienced.
Mhm.
You know, like I've doubled my money in a month.
Yeah.
And now it's just been hovering. But
Like I said, I bought Doge, gosh, years ago.
was it 0.00?
It was a half a penny.
Was that?
It was
So
a half. It was a
so
half
that
a penny.
was 0.005.
Yeah, I think it was 0.005.
And now it's 5.
It's 6 something, I think.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
you know 5 cents as opposed to
Yeah.
a half a penny.
Yeah,
So
half a penny. Yeah.
it's what is that, 10 times the value?
Well, I had 51,000 shares,
Yes.
so
10
I still
times.
have 20,000,
So
even after selling.
So even
So-
if you had you know 50,000 shares at 5 cents a share, which
Yeah.
you've profited by, your profit is 5 cents a share.
Yeah.
That adds up.
Yeah.
That's, you know,
Pay
and
for my investment and some.
that's actually a good thing.
Now you got to be patient in some cases.
Oh, again, yeah, you
Just check it periodically. Don't stress over it.
absolutely.
Now, if you don't have $5, don't put it in. But
You know,
if you got a little extra cash laying around, it may not be a bad place.
break the piggy bank.
Yeah.
You know, take the change.
Your piggy bank's not earning anything.
You know,
unless you're putting in every day.
Yeah, I have this jar of coins in my house that when coins get in my pockets,
Yeah.
you know, when I'm out shopping or whatnot, and I wind up with change in my pockets, it gets emptied in a coin. And every 6 months, I wind up with like $200 worth of
Yeah.
coins
That stuff adds up.
in my pocket. So, or more like $100, but you know, but all of a sudden it's like, all right, so how many other places, you know, are there pockets? You know, your car can have $20 in coins in it, and just, you know, try it. Why not?
Yeah, it was
You
fun.
know, spend $5 and spend $10 getting in and just park it.
I was browsing through before, and I came across this thing on someone else's post, and they were talking about the true cost of eating out.
Right.
You know, and it really does make sense. I've been trying to do it all this week. Of course, today it wasn't good, and tomorrow
Cost
not
of
going to be
eating
good.
out. There are times when I was spending.
You could easily spend $10, $12 easily on a meal today.
I would spend $10 at lunch, and then I'd come home, and then you know, my girlfriend and I would decide, oh, let's just go out to eat.
Yeah.
And then of course there's $40-$50.
Yeah.
$60 a day.
Yeah.
Do that 5 days a week.
It gets expensive.
And that's $300 a week.
And a lot of times you don't count that in your thought processes and go back and think.
I want that.
I want that money back.
I want that money back. Yeah, that was the first thing out of my head. I was like, yeah, I'd love half that money back.
I could do so much with it, you know, and it's, you know, sometimes it's on your credit card.
Well, this last year, people have come back to cooking in the house because they had no other choice.
Sure,
you know, restaurants closing and takeout only, and people just afraid to go out to eat.
Pizza joints are doing good, that's for sure.
Sure. Yeah, that was about the only place that I did eat out for like the first 2-3 months of the pandemic. I said, you know what, I need something out. and then and it wasn't even great. Well, it wasn't like really just gourmet. It was one of the chain
Yeah, one of the
pizzas,
chain
that
hot,
has
yeah.
it, that has it all cooked, ready to
Mhm, yeah.
go, and you go in. They actually converted their entire front into just a vending machine.
Yeah. I saw that the other day in
Yeah,
Japan.
yeah.
They have pizza vending machines.
Do they? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not hard to do.
no, yeah, they were like, and it's like literally,
Hey,
takes a little bit and the pizza comes out and
vending.
boom.
We are, maybe this is, Japan's been doing it for decades,
Yeah,
creating their entire consumer system into vending machines.
yeah.
I saw, I've got a propane can, for barbecuing.
Hmm.
I got an empty in my car, and I'm probably tonight going to go. And I was going by the store last night. It was in front of a Walmart, and they had propane thing, and it was a vending machine.
Oh,
Yeah. Swipe,
put a thing in and you take
boom,
one out
boom,
and put
boom,
one
boom,
in.
boom, and you
Huh.
take one out, put one in.
Interesting.
They
That's why
had
they
it.
trust people.
They had it as a vending. Well, I'm sure there's other things going on to keep you from stealing all their
Yeah, yeah.
propane cans, but I know it's pretty cheap too.
How much?
It's like $15 to swap.
That is cheap because Winn Dixie it's like 21. Now, if you go to like uh Scotty's or
Yeah,
even if you have like one of the bigger places
yeah.
like Sam's, it's real cheap.
You said that, and
I
yeah,
think it's
I
like
don't recall.
$7,
I don't
$8.
recall. I want to get to Sam's, but
They should have one
sometimes I'll
outside.
try and get there tomorrow or Saturday. But
Check them because they
yeah.
should.
So
Usually they have a tank outside. They
for
have like an
refill,
area.
yeah,
Yeah, now there's usually someone there that does it for you, but it's
yeah.
still cheap.
Yeah. Well,
You know.
I'm probably gonna wait for doing that, but
Hmm.
if I have a real need, I'm just gonna go back to this vending machine.
That's actually not bad. 15's
And
not bad though.
swap,
Yeah,
yeah, because
that's pretty
usually
cheap.
it's over 20
It's over
at
20 at least.
most. Like
21, 24
most like
sometimes.
gas station convenience
Yeah.
stores, you're gonna pay $20 at
Even grocery
least,
stores. Yeah.
So I
Walgreens
think,
does them too.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I noticed a propane vending machine. What's next?
Yeah.
You know, I wish I would see a vending machine COVID testing, so people could really know. They go up, I don't know, they cough in a, you
Yeah.
know, or a little swab, comes out,
Well,
and
it
you
was
grab it and you
I think
shove it in your ear, and
CVS has testing, and I went to one today because I needed something. And I'm like, oh my god, look at all these cars in the parking lot, and I'm scared to go in the place now. I'm
no,
like,
CVS is actually doing the shots.
yeah, okay, that's what it was
That's
then.
what's going on.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, they
that parking lot
actually,
was full.
yes, that CVS is actually doing the COVID shots,
Okay.
the vaccination. So that's what you were seeing.
Yeah,
And
I didn't see anybody. They must have been in the back by the pharmacy.
they, I'm not sure exactly. I think they have yeah, I'm not sure, but that's what I was
Mhm.
hearing, was that it's happening. CVS is one of the
Gotcha.
locations.
That makes
doing it.
sense.
I think Publix is also doing it,
Okay.
and they're advertising like crazy.
Yeah,
They're
sure.
handing out shots, and I'm like, well, I haven't, I've only been Publix like twice in the last 2 weeks, so
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I haven't seen it. So,
I haven't either. Yeah.
but if we're gonna do it, let's just, let's get the. I still think testing is everything.
Sure.
Knowing is everything, and I think a lot of people aren't even getting tested because they're afraid someone's gonna shove a Q-tip.
Actually, the
and
lines
impale
have
their
gone
brain.
down. Like the places I've
The
normally see
testing,
people,
I think that,
not
and
there.
it's still, I think you're gonna want to know.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna want to know, and I think if I think you're gonna, even if you get the shot, I think you're gonna want to know if you're gonna get on an airplane and fly across the country, that you could still get this thing.
Yeah.
You could still get this thing and not, and spread it.
Yeah.
Just because you got a shot means you're probably less lethal for yourself,
Mhm.
but and of course, I get conflicting opinions, so I
Yeah.
have to go. I'll have to kind of go to the CDC and the WHO and actually get the exact.
There was a
know.
article, I didn't read it, but they were saying that one facility got shut down because a number of people had some adverse reactions. But I don't know how many people it was, and if maybe they caught it early and they said, "Well,
Yeah.
let's stop."
No,
but
there was one that there was
there's only one place I
one
heard.
of the drugs actually was recalled because it
Mm.
was a ingredient. There was an ingredient missing. It was like
Maybe that's what it was.
it was probably what
Yeah.
you're talking about. There was it wasn't that there wasn't anything dangerous. There was no active ingredient, so it was a placebo
Yeah,
shot.
yeah.
You
Basically.
were actually getting a placebo
right.
shot, which is like nothing.
Yeah.
So I believe that's what
It's
happened.
like water.
And they almost pulled it almost as the second. They figured it out really fast and realized, oh, these were placebos.
I wonder how they did that because
know,
you can't see what's inside it. It's liquid.
no, but this is probably quality control back to the
Yeah.
factory. That all of a sudden someone goes, wait a minute,
minute.
wait a minute,
Yeah.
that didn't get in there.
Yeah.
Recall,
Yeah.
and of course, so as far as I know, no one got
I
hurt.
haven't really heard anything
And-
major about anyone getting
No,
sick.
I haven't either. So it's happening. It probably I'm just gonna wind up getting the shot when time comes. I will get the shot before I travel. I'm not
Yeah.
traveling anytime quick, but I'll probably just get what I need to get.
Yeah.
Be done with it. So
No, you won't have a choice, I don't think.
no,
travel.
well, I don't know.
I keep hearing they're coming.
I don't
up
think
with,
the airlines are going to do anything about that. I don't think they.
I don't know.
They took such a hit. Now the cruise lines I heard
Mhm.
are doing it, but yeah, it's really kind of
Well,
hard.
cruise lines are more confined for longer periods of time. I could almost see that where an airplane you're usually on and off in a pretty close
2 hours,
time frame.
but you're in a very confined
You are
cabin.
yeah. Oh, for sure.
in
For
this-
sure.
Yeah, being fed canned oxygen and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
So recirculating.
yeah. So anyway,
But yeah,
well, that's about it.
we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I think we covered all the bases tonight.
I think we did.
All right, so
Gonna have to come back with more information on the
yep,
open house.
yep, we'll be doing specials during the week and letting people know what's happening regarding this thing. So it'll be the last day of the month. The last day of the month is well, it's not the last day, the 29th, April 29th.
Close.
Again, and next to the last day of the month, and last Thursday of the month, and we're going live, and we're here to network. So we want to talk to you. We want to talk about your business. We want people to come in and enjoy our company, and we'll enjoy theirs and have fun. So
Sounds good.
that's all I got tonight. So here it is. Boom. Modern Day Thrive. Live webcast / open house, 5 to 9 p.m. Thursday, April 29th. Business to business networking, door prizes, food, live webcast. And there's the address. So we're in the College Park area near downtown. And great. And don't forget, order your mugs. Go to Etsy, PostFX Digital, and find the Thrive mug. We'd love for you to have one. We'd love for you to have 10 of them. Fill your house with them.
You have any mug
and
ideas?
we're not
Let
getting
'em
rich
know.
off of these, but I gotta tell you, every little bit helps. So anyway, let's jump off of this. This is all I got. Cut to the wide. So we're just gonna thank you, Trevor. Thanks to Trevor for switching us tonight and taking one big pill off of our off of our plate, and one
Yes.
bitter pill gave George the night off. So we got more stuff when George's endeavors in coin mining.
Yes.
That'll be coming up in the future weeks. We will be having a special guest in the studio. I think in the
next week.
studio next week.
I guess either way.
Yep. So we're gonna have a guest, whether they're here or they're coming
There.
in through the internet. So that's all I got for tonight.
I think that's it.
Yep. Everybody be safe, be happy, be nice to each other, and we'll see you again next week.
Have a good night.
Okay. Thanks. Good night. Good night, everybody.